What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Burn the Ship. Today we have Vidal Dias, and he has his company Voyager.
So tell us about that. How did you get started with that?
So I initially started Voyager in 2016, and I started with carbon fiber bags. And
you have one today.
I do have one.
Show
today.
it off. It's a
Here it
super
is.
cool bag.
Yeah. So in 2016, I was traveling a lot with work. I was doing technical sales, but I wanted a bag that could reflect light like a crystal since I was a geologist, and I wasn't doing a lot of geology. So I created this bag. I started with a hard shell bag, and then I later got an investor, and then we launched this soft shell one. But if you look at it, it's black, and when the light hits it, I wanted it to shine in like light like this indoors. I wanted it to shine in the moonlight, and I also wanted it to just like shine in the sunlight, just like a crystal does.
Oh, the moonlight.
Yeah,
That's
so
cool.
you can see how the carbon fiber.
It's a super high quality bag.
Yeah. And then when you open it up, it's gold inside because I wanted it. When you open it up, it looks like I wanted it to kind of
Like a gem.
like a gem. Yeah. So then you crack open a rock. So yeah.
It's so unique. You put a lot of thought into it.
I did. So I started with bags, and carbon fiber was what I was sort of focused on, just because the human body is made of carbon, and I wanted there to be some sort of connection there with like your carbon carrying carbon. But later on, when the pandemic hit, I got into designing apparel. And so I sort of pivoted the brand with everything shut down, and I started designing apparel that was all science inspired. And there was a lot going on during the pandemic, like people were fighting, and I just wanted a way for people to like just get along and understand that we're all connected with the elements. So that's why I started with creating shirts like this one.
So you made that one?
I am life. And that was just to like remind people that as human beings, we are life. Like we wouldn't exist. And that this one was the first one too, because I was like looking at like all this news articles with suicide rates going up, and I was like, okay, well, how can I help people be inspired? And so I was like, okay, well, maybe I am life, just to remind them that they are life and they're essential, because everything's like, oh, this isn't essential, this isn't essential, but I wanted people to understand that they were essential. So have another shirt that says I am carbon, but it's all written in the elements. And so the inspiration behind that was that it went back to the carbon fibers that were made of carbon. And then there's that song by Rihanna that says shine bright like a diamond.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And so and I was like, oh yeah, like we got to shine bright like a diamond, because diamonds are made of carbon. That's the chemical formula. It's carbon. Our bodies are made of carbon. And so humans, we're all like connected via the elements. And that's what I want to portray. So,
That's really awesome. Yeah, during the pandemic, there was definitely so much happened.
Yeah.
Like, we're literally going to have a history book on just 2020.
Right?
Yeah.
Our kids are going to be reading like novels about 2020.
Yeah.
But that's awesome that you felt inspired by that and you're able to work it into your geology background.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You're the only geologist person that has any sort of fashion.
Yeah. Thanks.
There you go.
Don't see that happening very often.
Yeah.
Do you have any other products that are like your bag where there's like science inside of it?
So,
Or do you have other stuff that's carbon fiber like that's not book bags?
yeah, so I have carbon fiber wallets. So initially when I started with wallets, and then I had the bags, and then it's the apparel. So right now I'm working on something where I can incorporate carbon fiber into clothing.
Oh, yeah.
But carbon fiber, the interesting thing about it is actually kind of tough to sew with.
I was going to say it's strong.
It's very strong.
I know a lot of guys put it like on the hood of their car.
Yeah.
I've seen those. That's like the first experience I had with carbon fiber, and I thought it looks cool too.
It looks cool, right?
Yeah.
I have a friend, he has an all carbon fiber Nissan. What is it? I think it's a GTR.
Boy, I know that
Yeah.
was expensive.
Yeah.
All carbon.
All carbon fiber. And he's like, yeah, this, I don't know if he said I don't know if he like paid for it all, but I know he has a bunch of sponsors. So people like, give him stuff, and he like goes around, takes the car around, and yeah, it's like, he's like, yeah, my car's value increased. I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
Like the only car that's like that.
Is carbon fiber usually black? Like, is it always black, or does it come in colors?
Yeah. So there's, so I actually have a blue carbon fiber wallet, but that's
nice.
like that's more so carbon fiber print. It still reflects like carbon fiber. I use like this PU leather for it, which is an artificial leather. But carbon fiber is typically black. But I know a lot of my clients, they're like, oh, we want something in color. So
I was going to say, we were talking about color this morning, Kelly. You'd probably like carbon fiber because it's all black.
Yeah.
Is that your color?
I absolutely love black.
Yeah.
I wear black like almost every single day.
Nice.
Same. But I always have a backup color.
So I could wear some carbon fiber.
Yeah. Well, I wanted the black to shine because, like, we all shine.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
you
I love
created your clothing line because you went to school for geology. Where'd you go to school?
So I went to Western Kentucky University. Yeah.
And where were you from originally? How'd you get there?
So
Did you get a scholarship up there?
Negative. So originally I'm from Texas, and I was always a creative. And one of my mentors, he was in photography, and that's how I found out about Western. They actually have a really good journalism school. And so originally I went to Western for journalism, but like on the first day after taking a geology course, I knew I had a lot of connections in the industry for journalism and photography. And so one of my mentors, he's like, look, we're going to teach you this. So if you're going to go to a college, just go for something else. And so I was thinking about it, and I looked at geology, and I took a class, and I fell in love with it because as an artist, the earth to me was like this. It was this big story. Like you pick up a rock, and you look at all the minerals in this rock, and you can basically tell a story with it. Like the earth leaves behind fossils, which tell a story of what was going on at that time. So, like all the rocks around us are just like art that the earth created.
Oh, yeah.
And then we get to interpret it. So I was like, this is cool. I'm going to major in this. So that's how I got into it.
That's cool that he told you to do the exact opposite of what most people tell you to do.
Yeah, and you listen.
Go to school, get a degree in what you want to do.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm glad I made that decision. At first, when you go to school, you're like, okay, what am I going to do with this? So I didn't know at that time that I was going to create a clothing brand, but now
Everything happens for a reason.
yeah, now it all makes sense. We're like, okay,
It's all coming into place.
yeah.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
So then when did you graduate from there?
So I graduated in 2012.
Okay, so how old are you?
Me? Oh, I'm 33 now.
Okay. Wow, you don't look 33 at
I was
all.
gonna say, no.
I went to
Bless.
I went to the emergency room the other day because I fell off my skateboard, and
Are you okay?
yeah, it hurts still.
Oh,
I just
that
took my
sucks.
little cast off.
Oh.
Well, be
Did you
careful
break?
with
Did
it.
you break it?
I almost did. I had on my Voyager X bag though, which is
There we go.
which is cracked now. But it's that hard shell bag that I actually started with, which was actually designed to take shock. So when I got on the board, you know how you get on something, it's like, you shouldn't be doing this. You don't even need this shot.
But you're gonna do it anyway.
Yeah. So my friend's like, oh, you need this shot. And she's like, do you want to get this shot? I was like, yeah, I'll get the shot. So I get on the board, and I just released another collection called the Electric Jungle Collection. So I had on that, and I had on my bag. I was feeling all cool, and I was going down. Like Dallas has this levee, and it's not even that steep, but it's just like this little hill that goes off the levee, and it was paved concrete. But there's these people walking, and I was like, oh man, I don't want to hit these people, but I was already going. And so when I realized...
No stopping now.
No stopping. And when I realized the people were there, I was like, okay, well, I don't want to hit them. And so I got a speed wobble. Mm-hmm. And then I tried to keep the board straight. And then in my head, I was like, I wonder what happens if I fall. And I was like, wait, I shouldn't do that.
I shouldn't be thinking about that.
I was gonna say, there's no way you did it on purpose. Did you do it on purpose?
I didn't do it on
purpose. That's what it sounded like.
I did not.
Well, now you're a walking testament that your bag will absorb shock.
Yes.
Yeah, you had to plug it. Yes. Great. Not only is it super cool, but
it's not just
also...
a theory. Now it's true.
Yeah,
now
well,
we
I
know.
fell really hard on that this time because I fell in the bag before. I was on Stone Mountain. I was hiking with my cousin, and we were coming down. I was holding her on my shoulders, and I slipped backwards, but I had the bag on, and so the bag caught the fall.
Yeah.
But this time, I knew that when I hit a piece of mud, and so I the board stopped. So I wasn't gonna fall. The board like stopped, and then I kept going.
You projected.
Yeah. So I was like running like this. It was hilarious. I wish I had a complete video.
God.
Yeah.
Always
at least
have a
you're okay.
GoPro.
Yes. Thanks.
Always have a
That's all that
GoPro.
matters.
Was that your first time to Stone Mountain?
No. I've been to Stone Mountain before. Yeah.
Okay. I grew up around Stone Mountain. I love it.
You do? Yeah.
I love Stone Mountain.
So you grew up in Texas,
Mm-hmm.
and then was that your first time out of Texas when you moved for school?
Yeah. Not my first time out of Texas.
Yeah, but like
just,
living wise.
Living out of Texas. Yeah. Yeah. So.
And after school, you moved where?
So after school, I moved. Well, after school, I got married, and then I moved back to Texas. Then I moved to Tennessee. Then I moved to Baltimore, and now I'm here.
So you've
Just
been beat bopping around.
Yeah, be bopping around.
So then what brought you to Georgia?
So I was looking for somewhere. So I have family here in Georgia, first of all, but in terms of my brand, I wanted a place that would really help me grow my brand that was centered around nature. So nature is really important for my science-inspired brand. And Dallas is great. Have a lot of contacts there. One thing I lack is being able to get into nature very quickly. So there's trees in Dallas, but it's kind of flat. So Georgia was my best option coming from Baltimore, because Baltimore, like it's the Appalachian area, so I can get out into nature really quickly and do stuff with my company and do shoots and stuff. But Georgia, it's like, okay, this will be a good place, because not even too far from where I live, like 30 minutes, there's Soap Creek.
Yeah, there's like
And
as
it's
soon
like-
as you get out of like Atlanta metropolitan area, there's a lot of
There's always
nature
you
around.
just drive down the road and just surrounded by trees within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
or a mountain.
Yeah.
Like random.
Or a creek.
Yeah, and a creek, yeah. So like the Chattahoochee River runs along this like 900 it's about 900 miles. It's a fault zone. And so the cool thing about Georgia that I also liked was that fault zone, when it happened, it heated up a lot of rocks, and a lot of rocks were under stress.
Oh.
So when you go down the Soap Creek, which there's the mill ruins down there, so you can see a lot of like the Civil War ruins where they actually used to print the Confederate money.
Whoa, hold on, there was Confederate money?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, elaborate. What is that?
So they,
You know, I didn't know that either, but I was just going to pretend like I knew.
yeah.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
Okay, so when you go to Soap Creek, there's all these like mill ruins. So they used the river for energy, and they had all these mills along the river. But one of the actual ruins, it was like a place where they printed money for the Confederates during the Civil War. Of course, the Union troops destroyed it, but so they had so just down there, there's a lot of rocks, and they're like bent and they're folded, and that's because it was an old fault zone, so you can find some pretty unique things. It's like
Folded rocks.
yeah, so
That sounds cool.
I'll have to show you guys one day. Like,
Yeah.
I love nature.
yeah,
That's why I love Georgia.
yeah.
Like, I love this state.
There's gold in Georgia. You know that?
I think Dahlonega.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, so, and where I was living too, it's kind of funny because like where I was living up in Baltimore, one of my old clients, he's like, hey, you need to get up to Pennsylvania and just like go looking for gold. And I was like, there's gold? And he's like, yeah, you're a geologist. Look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
And I was like, so I
Do
started.
your research.
So you been to Dahlonega yet?
I'm actually supposed to go there on the 30th.
Oh,
Oh,
I'm
cool.
excited for you.
Yeah, so I'm going to get some like little panning, little pans, and
You're gonna go
See if I
to
can-
Gonna
somewhere
go
where they do that, or
explore.
you're gonna go find your own place in the woods and do it?
I'm gonna try to find my own place
Oh,
because
that's neat.
they have places where you can do it, and I've seen it. My friend that I'm going with, she's like, "Oh, let's go to do this place," but I looked it up and I was like, "I'm not gonna find real gold there."
I was
Yeah.
thinking it's all
Well,
commercial.
also, yeah, it's
advertising.
yeah, 100%.
And Dahlonaga's known for gold, so you're gonna find it somewhere in some random river.
Yeah, so I just gotta make sure I'm on like U.S. government property while I'm panning.
Oh, I didn't think of that, but that's probably important.
Yeah.
yeah.
National forest. They have a national forest up there, so you can pan national forest and like anything U.S. government property,
Yeah.
and unless I get permission from some landowner. But I was looking up on this one website which gives you like an idea of what plots have been taken, and there's actually some like plots up there that there's no mining claims on. It's like potential mining claim. You can claim, and I was like, oh, cool.
Very interesting.
Wow, not claimed as in like somebody's not, like you can't go there and buy a ticket and go.
Yes. So there's like properties. So in the oil. So I'll use the oil industry as an example because I used to work in the oil industry. If you own a piece of property and there's mineral resources on it, you can claim the mineral rights for it. Like in Texas, for example, when you sell a property, you can like sell the surface land, or you can sell the mineral rights, or you can buy the mineral rights or lease the mineral rights. So it kind of works the same with mining claims. You can buy a mining claim on a piece of property. So this one website, it basically shows all the places you type in what mineral you're looking for, what resource. If you're looking for gold, or you're looking for quartz, or like quartz is like it's just a mineral. You probably know quartz because it's one of those crystals. So it basically tells you where you can find those. And so I looked up. I was like, okay, well, let's go big. Let's go gold.
Go for the gold.
Let's go for the gold. And so, yeah, Dahlonega popped up, and there's a bunch of like unclaimed mining properties up there. And I was like, oh.
Wow, I'm excited for you to go.
Yeah.
You said when are you going?
The 30th.
Nice.
Yeah,
that'll be fun for you for sure. Yeah, can we get a day off? At Jay wherever he is. Yeah, that's gonna be a hard no. So all of this puts you into your clothing brand. When did you start really getting into fashion in general? Because I know I worked in fashion for a really long time.
Yeah.
This is my first job actually outside of fashion. Yeah.
So I actually started getting into fashion. I used to be about, I would say 50, 60 pounds heavier, but I was still into fashion, but I just wasn't as confident, I felt like. Mm-hmm. And
well, you look great now.
Oh, thanks. I appreciate it.
Hype me up.
So
who
inspired me?
Yeah. Like, who do you get your fashion inspo from?
I guess it's just I don't know. It's
yourself?
Just I think it's just my mom, actually.
Oh, okay.
Because my mom is like, so growing up, it's weird. My parents would never let me wear like loud colored sneakers, or they would never let me wear like sneakers like this. And so, because I was always attracted to it. I was like, oh, I want to wear that. And they were like, no, that's too flashy, blah. And sure enough, I'm literally just learning that my mom, she told me the other day, because I bought these Asics that were pretty like loud colored, and they're yellow. And she's like, oh, I like those. You know I like loud color sneakers. I was like, no, I didn't. I don't know.
No, I did not know.
Nobody knew that.
Yeah, so I was like, oh, I guess it comes from her. So as I started to like, when I got divorced, I started like just working out a lot. I also have like a 7-year-old and 4-year-old. So
oh,
yeah,
that's awesome.
Little babies, yeah.
Aww.
So I started working out more, and I started working out more because I wanted, like, when I started having kids, I tried to lift one of them, and I was like, ooh.
Why? That shouldn't be hard.
Oh, why am I struggling?
I was like, I shouldn't be struggling. So I was like, all right, I have 2 girls, so I always wanted, no matter how old my girls get, I always want to be able to do a push-up with one of them, like, sitting on my back.
Oh, that's a good
goal.
Cute.
That's a cute
goal.
That
That is a good goal.
Even when I turn, like, 80, I'm going to be that dad.
Oh, my
good.
gosh. Doing push-ups with your kid on your back.
Yeah.
Your kid's like 50. It's like, I can still do it.
I can still do it. So
that's awesome, though. So did your kids move here with you, or?
Yeah. So my kids, they actually live up in Clarksville right now. So I go back and forth to see them. So since I just moved here, planning to buy a house here, and
in the Marietta area.
In the Marietta or this area.
This is a good area.
Yeah.
Because you're right. Like, you can just hop on the 75 and you can get to Atlanta in 45 minutes.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And everywhere is close.
Okay.
Like, there's really, you can get anywhere in an hour.
And there's trees.
Yeah, there's a lot of trees.
And there's trees, yeah.
Trees.
And the lake.
The lake, yeah. That lake is full now. Like, when I first came here.
Yeah, it's really full.
In January. So I came in December to visit. That's when I decided to move here. But I remember, like, driving past that lake, and I was like, what's wrong with this lake? And it was almost empty.
They drain it.
Oh, they drain
funny.
it?
They drain it every
I
winter.
forget that not everybody knows doesn't live
That-
here
that
that happens.
drains.
I was
Yeah.
like, what? Georgia's not in a drought.
Yeah. No.
And
No.
I
No.
was
No.
like, what's
Yep.
wrong with this?
They drain it.
They drain it.
'Cause it's man-made, so there's like a, I don't even know what, there's like a pump somewhere. You can visit it.
There's a pump and it pumps out into something else, and then they siphon it back.
Is it connected to the Chattahoochee?
There's a dam somewhere.
Yeah, because you can visit it, and it's really cool.
Okay.
But so I'm guessing since you came here in January, December, you haven't been on a lake yet.
I haven't been on the lake.
Okay, well, we might buy a boat, so I'll give you a call.
Okay. Sweet.
Yeah.
And Kelly.
You let me know as well. I'll be there. What's that
Everybody
thing?
can come
I
on
love
in.
water.
Yes.
What's that thing that I saw on Instagram? It was like, you can be attractive, you can be wealthy, and if she still thinks that you're ugly, buy a boat. It's the easiest way to get the girl.
That's wonderful.
What about a jet ski? I like jet skis.
Oh, jet skis are fun.
Yeah.
You can't take other people on it, though, besides one other. I like boats because you can throw parties on it.
That's true.
Yeah, I would
You carry
definitely
a
get
lot
a
of
boat
people.
over a jet ski, but I mean, you got to think about maintenance and dock fees and all that kind of stuff. So if you want to make the
Not
investment,
dock fees. We just
The
put ours on the
investment.
trailer and it stays at the house.
oh well, I guess you
always
could do
wanted to
that.
live
You just
on
need
a
a
boat.
truck for it.
And I'm not getting a truck, so
Have y'all seen those houseboats?
oh yeah,
I would
Yeah,
love to live on
there's a
houseboat.
couple that stay at this cove on the lake, and I've been in one because I don't remember the reason, but I went on it to do something. I went inside, and it was like I stayed in there longer than I should have, just looking around.
Nice, yeah.
Not like
we should rent
snooping,
one
but
out for
looking.
like Memorial Day or something
Houseboats
for
are
the
so
office. Yeah, just
you can
get
do
a
that,
houseboat.
or even the party boats.
Yeah,
There's a slide on it. There's a top
Oh,
deck.
sweet.
There's
Yeah,
a
I want one
sink,
with a
a bathroom.
slide.
A slide would be.
We used to do that with Discount Tire. John's location would do that every summer.
Rent
It was
house
so
boat.
much fun.
Yeah.
So much fun. That slide is awesome. So
Love it.
Yeah.
The slide.
Tell that to Jay.
right.
Yeah, I love
So
it.
with Voyager, you don't have a storefront, right? Just a website?
So it's all I don't have like a brick and mortar. It's all e-commerce based. And the idea behind that, because people have asked me about getting a storefront before, but I sort of wanted I wanted to be lean. So I took a course over the pandemic on lean production, and I got like my Six Sigma yellow belt, and for like process improvement. So with being a science-inspired brand, one of the things I wanted to do was always be mindful of my carbon footprint. So I was like, okay, well, how can I be mindful? Like, how can I not exert a lot of emissions on the earth? So the best way I could do that was to create as people ordered.
Okay.
Yeah, but we were in some store. Like I was in a store in Nashville. So my goal with Voyager, and I'm talking to a store right now, is I want to be in select stores. So certain products, if it aligns with that goal of the store, you can find Voyager in that store. Like
Do you know about Earthbound?
Earthbound. Mm-mm.
That's
I
I
was-
think that really aligns with your brand.
Yeah, it
Okay.
does
Earthbound.
100%.
Okay,
Oh, I don't know about
I have
that
to
one.
check.
Yeah.
them out.
Do you have a website that we can pull up and throw on the screen?
Oh heck yeah! It's www.iamvoyager.
Trist already had it up.
Oh,
Tristan said I was just waiting on you to talk about it. Oh,
and that's
cool.
your shirt.
Yeah, that's my
and
shirt.
Both your shirts. There's a t-shirt was on there too.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got some leggings?
Yeah, so this
Leggings and a sports bra is my go-to.
okay, well,
My love
I got
language.
you.
Well, these have DNA on them.
Yeah,
right?
so
That's
this
what that is?
this
Okay.
is what this is all came during the pandemic, because the gym shut down, and I love the gym. The gym was sort of for me. It was always that place where I went to kind of meet people and like talk and network and yeah.
Oh yeah.
So with the gym when the gym shut down up there where I was in the north, I was like, all right, I need to inspire people to get out because people are depressed. And I was like, okay, well, how can I do that? So I got into activewear, and so like you see the royalty and loyalty, because I was like, that was like modeled after that song, like what's in your DNA? I got royalty.
Yeah.
So like
Solid.
yeah, so that one, and then the genotype to like this is my biology inspired collection. So I wanted to make things that inspired people to feel like superheroes. So when you put this on, because I was like, anybody can work out, right? Anybody can like take a shirt off and like do whatever when they work out. But a lot of people, I wanted to inspire those people that were sort of timid. about working out. So, but when you put this on, it's just like it's fitted. Everything's
Makes you feel
fitted.
good.
Makes you feel good. It also I feel like there's a hero inside every one of us. So when you put on Voyager, that's what I want people to bring out. That's what's in your DNA. So it's all slim fit, but the unique thing about all of my my fits is that they are they protect you against UV.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
So you are the Edna Mode of workout. You know who I'm talking about?
No, I don't know a lot.
Edna
Okay,
Mode.
thank you, Tristan.
Tell me who's
Edna Mode on The Incredibles.
Oh,
The little
the one that designs their
with the block
costumes.
haircut. Yes, the one that
Okay.
designs
Yeah,
their
sure.
superhero
that
outfits.
crossed my-
Gotcha. Nice.
Okay, so that crossed my mind when you said that, but I thought it was some fashion person I didn't know about.
No. Oh no, it's a
Y'all
cartoon.
do fashion.
That's what I thought.
She is a fashion person, though, for sure.
Oh yeah, she is. She's an icon.
Yeah.
So do you ever think about doing like trade shows?
I have thought about doing trade shows. I just haven't like.
Okay,
I
talk
don't
to us
know of
after
any.
this. We know a guy.
Okay, cool.
The guy's us.
Oh, okay.
So we'll talk to you about that afterwards.
Okay.
But that's awesome. No,
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, your brand's really unique, and
Thanks.
honestly, your prices aren't bad either, especially for the
Yeah.
quality of product that you're
Thanks. Yeah.
putting out there. So you said that you do orders by
So when
just
people,
whenever people.
Yeah. So if you go on the website when you order, I have manufacturing in the Carolinas, and some of my manufacturers are in Mexico for my activewear.
Mm-hmm.
So when someone orders, they create it. I also I have hoodies. I have if you go to
I love a good hoodie.
if you go to shop, because some like the hoodies I make. So
So what we just saw was your new.
that's the
That's the
newest
newest
line.
one.
Okay.
Yeah, so
How many
I s-
lines have you done?
Like 3. So I started with the hoodies, and I started with the shirts. So the I Am Carbon, the BU, the I Am Life, and then the electric.
Oh.
So these are the ones. So the ones at the bottom, these are the ones that are newer. So the Rainbow Crystal hoodie, that's new, and then the jacket. Yeah. So the Rainbow Crystal hoodie, that's like a favorite of mine, and it's one of my
Back to the loud colors.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it's just I know like everybody loves hoodies, but I wanted something that was just it was professional, but at the same time it was unique. So when you
That
put
is unique.
Unique and
Yeah.
fun and fresh.
right, so I wanted you to be able to show up to a business meeting in that hoodie, or like this electric bomber jacket. I wanted you to. I'm only making 12 of those in this style with the elephant on it.
So get them while they last.
Yeah, so I only have I have the elephant, and then we're releasing the orca, and we're releasing the lion. One's gonna have a lion on it.
And they all have different patterns on them.
They all the elephant and so this is for the elephant electric jungle, and the inspiration with the electric jungle is that one, we live in like we call it the concrete jungle. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
we live in this like city which is powered by electricity. And when I was in the forest, like I like to run through the forest, and I run in that Voyager X bag, and when I was running through the forest, I was like, I feel like there's all this energy that you like feel in the forest and
Like
in
natural
nature.
energy.
Yeah, and I was like, okay, well, this is all like energy the same energy that flows there. It's also in the city, because everything that we construct, like this entire room, has come from the earth. Like this sheetrock, it came from a rock. That's why it's
Yeah.
called sheetrock. It came from gypsum, actually. Yeah, even this metal, it was derived from a rock. Like aluminum comes from bauxite, which is a mineral. So literally everything in our world it comes from rocks. And so the electric jungle, like we like there's electricity in the city. So I'm like, okay, well, this is like our electric jungle.
Yeah.
No, I love
You know
that.
a lot about, I mean, as you should, considering your whole brand is based around science, but you know a lot of like little things like,
Like,
oh,
it just
that's
comes
from
natural,
aluminum,
like,
and
you don't have
aluminum
to
is from
think
blah, blah,
about it, you
blah.
just know
Like,
it.
dude, I forgot everything after college. Like,
Oh, I didn't go to college.
I hardly remember my major. Like, I was like, I
What'd
was
you
like,
study?
I was a political science major.
Nice.
I wanted to go to law school originally, and that didn't work out. So here we are. No, I forgot everything after college, but that's cool that you're so invested into your brand, and obviously it's working out.
Yeah, well, I just like when oil crashed, I tried to find a geology job. Like that's when I was like really into it, I was like, okay, why can't I find a geology job? Like, this is crazy. So I never could find a geology job. And I was like, all right, well, that's what I had a guy, he approached me and he was like, this Metal Analysis Group, really good guy. They're based in Houston. So he's like, hey, you have to build something that no one can take away from you. He's like, no matter what, you can work with other people, but he's like, you should focus on like building something that no one can take. And he's like, everything you have, like use your background of what you've learned to put into that. And as you grow, like just structure everything around that. And so that was an inspiration for me. And so that's what keeps me kind of driven.
That's really good advice. That's really good advice, because you can always lose a job.
Yeah.
If you don't build your own brand.
Yeah.
I mean, building your own brand, you are your own boss, so nobody's going to tell you
Yeah.
that's enough or
And your
you're
stuff looks
done.
great.
Thanks.
It looks great, so I don't see you stopping it at any point.
Yeah, so I had a team. I'm rehiring some of my designers to help me with like certain things on like website, because as a business owner too, like you have to like juggle so many things. So I love creating, I love designing, so I have to now hire another web guy to help me like.
You have to, in order to really make your brand the best possible, you're going to have to deal out like, you got to do
certain
this so that I
tasks.
can focus on this.
Yeah.
Like, I've got to do this
Delegate.
today, so you need to do this. Delegate.
Yeah.
For sure.
There's that word.
Yeah, delegate, because you like, especially with being all online, I did this like course with Google with marketing, and like your online store, the way Google looks at it, they're like, in this course, they're like, well, your online store is basically just like a store off the street. So you have to be able to put that, like present it to people where they have a good experience when they visit your site. So,
Yeah.
And so when I started learning more, and then obviously with my marketing job that I have now, started learning more about that, I was like, okay, well, I know what I like to do. I like to create. I like to like create content for myself. I like to educate people. So that was something I was like, all right, I gotta get help with this, because that Google's always making changes on how they validate a business. So I was like, all right, well, if Google's gonna always make, and that's a full-time job within itself, just making sure you stay up with those changes.
Right.
So when you like put all that in, it's like, all right, well, there's only so many hours in a day.
Yeah.
And then if you have all the stuff you have to create, and it's like, oh man, so
It's a lot.
delegate.
Yeah. Delegate. You deal with that.
Yeah.
I don't have time.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
But I make it really easy on my shop. So I built the site myself.
The whole thing?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
The whole thing. And so I started with Wix. I moved over to Shopify because I like it better. It has a better user experience.
For shopping.
Yeah, for shopping.
Versus like just an informational website.
Right.
I
So
noticed you take Bitcoin and Ethereum.
Yeah,
and all that.
that's
So are you interested in like, or how does that relate to geology? Because it's like almost like it is mining, but it's
Yeah.
like meta mining because it's like another layer. So what do you think about that?
Oh, Bitcoin
Yeah.
and crypto?
Yeah.
Oh, it's totally the future.
Yeah.
Like I mean, the future's now, but
I don't understand it.
I was already.
It's like I know what it is, but I don't know how to explain it.
I know what
It's
it
not
is, but I
physical
don't
money.
know.
I'm sure he
It's
can.
not physical
Yeah,
money.
I'm
so-
sure about it. Okay.
Yeah, it's like, so it's if you really think about it, it's just like, it's really the same thing, except it's just not physical. Because when you think about the dollar today and any fiat currency, when you think about it, gold, like we used to be on a gold standard, right? And now we're not. And now the federal government can just print money. So the cool thing about cryptocurrency is that there's a finite amount of it. And like, it's cool that they call it mining too, right? Because there's like entire mining farms. I think I saw a TikTok the other day. This kid, he was a kid. I don't know how old he was, but he sounded like he was 10 years old. And he was like showing off his mining farm. And it was just like, he was mining Ethereum. And he had all these like computers. So when you mine something, if you're mining a cryptocurrency, any computer can mine a cryptocurrency. So you have to basically look at the specs of your computer to see how much money it would make for you. So I have like this Lenovo laptop with an i5 processor. So I was planning to mine Monero, but with the processing speed and how much energy I needed to mine, my computer was only going to make me $30 a month.
Oh.
And I was going to be spending like $70 on electricity a month. So I was like, okay, this is why you got to get a mining rig, because you need a bigger like system. So yeah.
This is like you could be speaking in French right now, and I wouldn't understand it any better.
Yeah, so
I was
it's like,
following it pretty well.
yeah, so
I can
I've tried
follow it.
my
I can
best.
understand it, but I don't like understand.
So if you think about it,
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So if you think about it, like in terms of like mining today, I'm trying to figure out how to connect it. So the computer's doing all the work for you versus like a human,
Like
being out there and
physically mining
doing it. Yeah.
So, so I started taking Bitcoin as soon as Coinbase opened up. As soon as they opened up for business to let people be able to make purchases in Bitcoin, and they did that pre-pandemic. I added that to the site because I was like, okay, well, there are people who trade cryptocurrencies. I want them to, that's a market that I'm actually trying to reach. I want them to be able to buy from my site in cryptocurrency because it just helps, just makes it a little bit more easier. You can buy.
And it makes you a little different.
Yeah.
Makes you stand out,
Yeah.
unique.
Yeah.
No, I love it.
Thanks.
That's great.
That's the key. So my tagline was like, be you, be different, be a Voyager. But
That's cute.
yeah, because you want to stand out. It's like, why blend in? Like we are all during the pandemic when we all had to wear masks. I had changed my tagline up a little bit, and I was like, faces are all the same, but our voyages are all different. And I was like trying to.
That's deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just trying to help people
That's
stop.
deep.
People were fighting so much. And I was like, y'all need to chill. It's like,
Chill.
faces are all the same. It's just your voyages are different. And just remember that your voyages are unique. That's
That's
makes them
awesome.
different. Yeah.
So tell our listeners where they can find you at, your social media, your website, all that.
Yeah. So my social media, my Instagram is voyager.nation. And then my TikTok is Vidal.Dias, and my website is iamvoyager.life. And yeah, because life is a voyage you create, so I try to make it easy.
Yeah.
No.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Sweet. Well, it was great to have you. Thank you so much for taking the time out to come and do this
Thanks
with
for
us.
inviting me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, y'all make sure to go follow Vidal on all of his social media and make sure to cop some of his merch. And
Yeah, check out his website.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, peace, guys.
Thanks.